I'm a lifelong resident of Johnson County. Got on the Greenwood Fire Department as a cadet when I was 15. I've been serving public safety ever since I was 15 years old. Worked for my aunt at Myers Ambulance for numerous years. Became a reserve down here in Franklin Police Department. Then I was hired full-time at Greenwood, and I've been there for the last 30 years. I've been following government since elementary school when my uncle ran for mayor of Greenwood, and I just really enjoyed it and followed it. And I figure with my experience in the EMS, fire, and law enforcement side, I have a good grasp what's going on in the county, how the county is working. That's why I believe, I'm a qualified candidate. The reason I wanted to do this, it's something I've always wanted to do for the last 20 years, but I never had the right time to do it because I worked in Greenwood, lived in Greenwood. Then I got married and moved to Franklin. Now we live in Trafalgar where we're raising our 2 children, my wife and I, Almeida. And I just want to continue to give back to the community and make sure Johnson County is a good community for my children, my future grandchildren, and the residents of Johnson County. The top 3 issues are roads, infrastructure, all over the county, especially in White River Township with I-69 coming in. The roads are deteriorating. There's neighborhoods up there with roads that are crumbling. And right now, after, we got the jail project going on, and we get getting the employees' pays raised, get their pay up to their counterparts. I think the top priority right now is going to be the roads. Second thing would be community corrections. That building there is outdated. It has a lot of problems. I was asked to be on the Justice Center Committee. Initially, we started looking at community correction until we received the notice from the state that we need to address the jail overcrowding. So that would be would be number 2. And with the funding for the jail, hopefully we'll have that paid off in 4 to 5 years. And we'll still have some money coming in that we could use for community corrections. Community corrections, they don't have any classrooms over there for programming, which I know the director there really wants to get into the programming. Instead of having it like a revolving door, just like the jail, they're going to have space there for programming for inmates that's in the jail. They also need classrooms for community corrections for programming to help these people get back on track and be productive citizens. Third would be continue on public safety, make sure we stay above or at level for fire, EMS, and law enforcement. Make sure they have the funding and equipment that they need. For the county employees, there's been discrepancy in pay for different departments. We're bringing them all up to be equal. So in that one department, person doing the same type of work making $3,000 or $4,000 less than a person in another department. Right now the county's doing pretty well with the reserve. We have $3 million in the rainy day fund. I think we have another 12 or 13 million in the general fund that's there that is extra. So hopefully, there'll be enough money to get us through and we will not have to make cuts. If we have to make cuts, we'll have to look at each department individually and ask the department heads to cut where they think they can cut, and hopefully we will not have to cut any personnel or any services that we provide. If anything, would be for infrastructure or roads throughout the county. The county's been, along with the state, have been chip sealing a lot of roads in Johnson County the last few years due to the lack of funding for the highway department. Putting on those projects, if there's enough of them that's going to cost a lot, there might be a possibility of a tax for infrastructure roads.